Okay, so Part of the Mistveil introduces a new concept, gold packs. A special 3-card gold pack can be found in approximately 1 in 20 Part of the Mistveil booster displays. It is a 25th pack in the display, right? So it's an extra, it doesn't replace anything in the display, and it features in all 6 localized language products. Now, from my understanding, and please absolutely correct me if I'm wrong, there are only 2 things, aside from the Spectral Shield alternative arts, right, in this pack. And that is Enigma New Moon Rainbow Foil and Enigma New Moon Marvel. The Marvel of which there is only 100, and I've heard that it's only in the English, right? Or it's across all 6 languages, which either way is a very low population for this type of chase and rarity. And it's again similar to the serialized art cards, where yes, it will be collectible, yes, it will be desirable, but it will be something that is really felt to be unobtainable and therefore just lack overall interest. So the serialized art cards, yes, they have a value to them, a substantial value, but no one really cares for them because at this point in time, they're gone in the wind. Or just again, their execution wasn't as great as what they were built up to be. Now, there was a lot of hype surrounding these gold packs when it first started, and I think this goes back to the way LSS sort of handles the release of products, right? So we had the world premiere, then we have the actual Calling Tokyo event, then we have the world events, right, where it's released across the world, pre-release events, and then we have public, right? And that is a 3-week plan, and that is, I think, too long, right? I get, having a bit of exclusivity, right? But again, you going to Japan, people who can afford to go to Japan, fantastic. I love the idea of rewarding people who are part of the community. But again, boxes are being opened, anyone privy to LSS, right? They get their hands on them, they can open them, and all the excitement builds and bubbles to this point, and it just dwindles and dwindles and dwindles. And as we come to understand of these big chase elements that LSS have tried to include, I think it just wears off real quick, right? The expansion slot in itself, this was a wonderful idea, and then we found out 40% of it's mechanologist. And I know that this did, change a lot of people's opinions. They went from, yeah, I'm buying a bunch of the set to, I'll pass, right? Because for a lot of people, this is one of the biggest chase elements now, right? That's how it's being executed. They're meant to be these powerful cards that are desirable for play. But again, 40% is mechanologist. Mechanologist is probably one of the least desired classes in the game, right? I know we had a singular set devoted to them, and I'm not trying to harp on anyone's interest or love, right? It's still a fun class, still a popular class, but in the scheme of Flesh and Blood, I do think it is one of the lowest, right? Now, with the fact that there's only 2 cards, what this means, right, is on the good side, they've taken out probably the least valuable legendary in the set by way of Enigma New Moon. Think of it equivalent to the Emperor from being within that legendary pool, right? So it doesn't degrade the Rainbow Foil legendaries of the set, where, every now and then you get a new moon. It starts off hype, exciting because it's a new hero, and then you realize just how many there are in the populace, and it dwindles and dwindles and dwindles, and it's just the worst L to pull. So in that idea, I do like the execution. The problem stems from the 100 Marvel new moons, right? So 1 in 20 means that it's 1 in 480. For reference, the Emperor, again, Rainbow Foil Legendary in Dynasty, is 1 in 88 or 440 packs, right? So they're very equivalent, right? It's 1 display difference. So altogether, I would assume they have a very similar price, right? And we all know that the Legendary Rainbow Foil Emperor is not worth a lot, right? So I don't see New Moon Rainbow Foil, despite its, again, exclusivity, this chase, this wonderful idea of finding this golden pack being exclusive. Now, that could be by design, right? But I also, highly assume LSS knows that it being a young Rainbow Foil hero is just something that the community in large, right, unless it was extremely scarce, are not going to care about, right? Blitz is a fun, casual testing ground for a lot of broken things that, needs a lot of reworking if it is to be equivalent or even close to class constructed, and that's just, in all honesty, never going to happen. It's getting to the point where rather than, bounce, tweak, refine it, it is simpler just to increase the power of all classes so that in Blitz, right, everyone has the same concept of turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, this is the time where we've won the game, right? So yeah, 1 in 20. So 100,000 print run means that there are 4,900 Rainbow Foil New Moons and 100 Marvel, right? In that ratio, again, 4,900. The Rainbow Foil is just trash. It's dirt. It's not chase. It's not fun. You open a gold pack, and the simple concept is don't touch it, right? You can sell it to someone for substantially more, because the bigger the print run, the cheaper the Rainbow Foil is going to be. The more expensive the 100 Marvels are, right? Which means that the average price of a gold pack unopened, because it has the potential to be a Marvel, is going to go up and up and up. So yeah, and I think that idea in itself is shit, right? To have this wonderful golden pack in a product, and then you open it, you look online, and you go, I got a $20 to $40 card, and I could this pack was worth $100. That is just breeding utter disappointment in the chase elements of your product, from my honest opinion. Now, what they could have done, and I think I kind of like this idea more and more as I say it out loud, is they could have put the 6 Marvel heroes in the gold pack, right? So you have the chance at one of the 6 Marvel heroes, you have the chance at the Rainbow Foil, Enigma, and then you have a chance at the Marvel, 100 of Gold Foil New Moon, right? I think that could have made them really interesting. Again, you have more than enough Marvels for the actual set, all the Transcend cards, to then have the 6 heroes be a part of this golden packet. This idea of, I know what's going to be in here. It's always going to be a hero, and that's wonderful, right? If I have them, if I want them, it's still now more desirable to open, and across the board, the pricing, right, where this is going to land will split, rather than being this absolute cheap card, comparative to rarity and scarcity, versus the Marvel card, which will be a huge, big chase element. So I think, again, I love the idea. I love the fact that it doesn't interfere with the legendary slot, right? Because again, young heroes, wonderful. They're just not, they're not attractive for all aspects of the game, right? Competitive play, collecting, and, excitement. But this is not it, right? It's similar to the Serialized art cards, in my opinion. It's going to come, it's going to go, it's exciting at first, and then you start getting into the nitty-gritty about it, and it just dwindles, and fades. And yeah, that's just sad to see, because again, I think the concept is wonderful, just not the execution. Now, it's across all 6 localized languages, so you could have a language exclusive barrier, right? That in itself is, shitty, but better for pricing. But so think about it. If it's 100,000 in English, say 25,000 each other language, that is still already 225,000 boxes, or roughly 10,000-ish new moons. And I don't think there is any necessity. I don't think the Blitz community, right, that plays in paper, that wants New Moon, could care for 10,000, right? 5,000 in English, and then the other 5 and a bit, well, 7 and a bit, right? Should work out to spread across everyone else. I don't like the ratio. I don't like the execution. I don't like the big, wonderful, cool, I've got this golden pack. It's a $20 to $40 card. When it could have been, again, any of the Marvels, could have been a guaranteed legendary on top of the case, and then, decrease the New Moon. I understand that, they want heroes to be accessible, but they don't, right? We still have majestic heroes. We still have heroes through events and everything else, and that's fine. Again, these elements help grow the game. Again, rewarding people for showing up to events is a fantastic concept, right? Because you want it to be a very community-driven game. But this is just, it's not a gold pack, right? It's not as special as what it appears to be in the long run. And yeah, if you do get one, in all honesty, your safest bet is just going to be to sell it rather than crack it. And again, that just is a horrible concept to me, right? You open this illustrious pack that's hard to find, right? And then it's just, I'm not going to touch it, right? Because why would I? Why would I instantly, halve the value, quarter the value, whatever it's going to be? So yeah, wonderful concept, but just poor execution in my honest opinion. Oh, and I didn't even read that, right? So back to the numbers. there's more English floating about, right? Because the Spanish, Italian, and German will have English gold packs. Are you excited to find a gold pack? I still want a copy of New Moon, don't get me wrong. But I also know if I wait, it's just significantly better to buy one than wait and try or get a golden pack and open a golden pack. So yeah, I'm also curious, excitement-wise, right? Were you more excited near the start of the set up until now? Have you gotten your fix? Because again, a lot of people can just enjoy the set vicariously through the mountainous amounts of opening available. Again, still 2 weeks prior to when everyone else gets the product. And yeah, pre-orders are a thing, sure, but most people wait. And again, LSS sort of build, and all that hype goes towards the events, which again is good in its own right. But yeah, I feel like every secret coming out of the woodwork early is a bit of a detriment. We'll leave it there. Again, if any of my information that I've spouted in this video is incorrect, do correct me, because I really want to enjoy the gold packs, right? I want the idea if I do open one, because I am going to open a lot of Part of the Mistveil, because I do like the set overall. I should be interested and excited to actually open it. I'll definitely, if I get more than one, probably open one. If I don't get more than one, if I only get one, I'm definitely going to sell it, because it's just going to be significantly better. Again, wonderful idea, just another subpar execution.